Hi there. Today I have a really cute and quick card using a couple of items from the new 2014 Sale-a-bration catalog. To get started, we're going to use Whisper White cardstock, and this measures 4.5 by 3.25. We're using a stamp set from the Sale-a-bration catalog called Petal Parade. Our stamp is already on the acrylic block, and we're going to use Pear Pizzazz ink. You're just going to tap on your ink pad, and we're going to stamp one right in the center, and we're going to repeat that on either side. You can see that I've trimmed my stamp very close to the image, so when I'm looking through the acrylic block, I can see exactly where it's going to stamp on my paper. We're going to stamp our greeting in black StazOn. We're using a stamp set called A Dozen Thoughts. Now this is what I call a long skinny greeting, and sometimes it's hard to get a good inking and stamping, so I'll show you what you want to do. Just kind of walk it across your ink pad. You're going to set it down right on the cardstock, and normally we push from the top, but I'm just lightly pushing, and I'm going to do a little tilt towards me and a little tilt away. And that way you get a nice, cleanly stamped image. We're going to use this little tiny flower from the Banner Blast stamp set, and this is also an option in the Sale-a-bration catalog. So we're going to stamp the flowers in several different colors. We're going to use Strawberry Slush, and you're simply going to tap, and I start at the left, and I just work my way down. And I would stamp this whole thing, because you're going to want to make more than one card anyway. Now I've already stamped and punched some other colors. This one is Pool Party, Wisteria Wonder, and So Saffron. Now I was really happy to discover that we have a punch that will punch out that tiny little flower image. And this punch is from the Itty Bitty Punch Pack. It comes in a pack of 3. You're going to hold your punch upside down, center that inside the opening. You can do a half squeeze to grip the paper and check the placement, and then punch that out. We're going to add adhesive to the back. Just go around all the edges. Now this basic black cardstock is just slightly larger than this. So this measures 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. And we're just going to lay that right to the center. We're going to add some flowers to the front with dimensionals, and we want to use just tiny little snippets. So I'm just going to trim this piece along the edge. And these are really tiny, so I'm going to use my pokey tool to lift up the dimensional, place it on the back of the flower, and then layer to the card. And I'm just randomly placing the flowers. And I don't mind if the flowers go off the edges a little bit. I think that looks okay. And you'll also notice I don't have an even number of flowers. So you can make them a little more crowded like we did on the first sample, or you can use less. It still works. I'm going to switch to Wisteria Wonder cardstock. And this is a standard card size. So this measures 8.5 by 5.5, and you score it down the middle at 4 1/4. I'm going to use adhesive around all the edges. And we're going to go right to the center. We have Whisper White cardstock that measures 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. We're going to go right back to the Pear Pizzazz ink. And we're going to add a couple of flowers. Add adhesive around all the edges and layer this to the inside. We'll stamp an image on the envelope to match. I still want to have some flowers on the outside of the envelope, but because it's going to go through the mail, I'm not going to pop them up on dimensionals. Instead, I'm going to use just a tiny bit of our Tombow multi-purpose adhesive, and I'm just going to add a little dot where I'm going to place the flowers. I'm going to use my pokey tool. I'm going to tap it just to the very tip of that adhesive to lift up a flower. See how it grabs it? and then I can place it directly on top. And then go back for another one. Now I'm just kind of wiggling these around to spread that adhesive so that it is nice and stuck and it won't come off in the mail. There you go, pretty quick and easy card. It's bright and cheerful, has some nice spring colors, and it uses a couple of items from the Sale-a-bration catalog. I hope you enjoyed this project. For more ideas, you can visit me at KeenanCreations.com. Thanks and have a great day.